fantasy team?
Well, yeah, we're supposed to, but you know how it goes. Yeah, I like my fantasy too. Last week we took the week off for our fantasy football draft.
I'm going to win.
I'm probably going to go back-to-back, for being honest.
I'm going to make the playoffs.
Ethan is trying way too hard to make trades with everybody.
He really is.
He's tried to make 42 trades since we did our draft last Monday.
I don't even think that's an exaggeration.
No, that's the exact amount as of this morning.
Wait, whoa, that's an actual amount.
Yeah.
Haven't 2 gone through?
2 have gone through, yep.
Who has he traded? Or what did he trade for?
He traded away Dalvin Cook for one of Ben's people's.
Yeah.
The heck? I never trade right out of the gate. I always wait till later, if I even want to trade at all.
Right? And I don't know. Ethan's just trade happy and I don't like it. But yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
Who was our first receiver taken?
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre.
I took D-Hop as the first receiver. First quarterback was Lamar? No, Mahomes.
Yep. Mahomes.
By my brother. Then I took Lamar. The first running back was McCaffrey, obviously.
Overall.
The second was Derrick Henry.
The second was Derrick Henry.
But,
so it kind of goes along with the norm, I guess. Normally you'd probably see Michael Thomas taken first, but, fuck Michael Thomas.
True.
In that situation. Somebody did take Leonard Fournette, though, and Leonard Fournette is now a free agent after being dropped because Doug Marrone said, we tried to trade him, but we couldn't get nothing. 4th, 5th, 6th, nothing. And so...
Which I feel like is a little bit of, I don't know. I feel like someone's going to pick up Leonard Fournette. I mean, I think he's too talented to just leave him there in free agency.
Right, and another thing that I'm wondering is, so the Jags have released or traded away all these people because it's not part of the culture they want. What fucking culture do they want?
It's
not winning.
Trade all your passionate, want-to-win players away.
Well, no, I would disagree with that because Leonard Fournette's expressed he didn't want to be there. Yannick Ngakoue expressed he didn't want to be there. I think they're just trying to get a positive attitude, and sometimes you just have to rebuild to do that. Get the right people in the room, kind of characters over, like positive characters
Right,
over.
what makes them not want to be there? What's so bad about it?
It's
so bad
crazy
about
That
it.
half the team is wanting to leave.
Because first off, Jacksonville is not a very desirable market despite being in Florida, and they're just not in a position to win. And if you're an elite player like Yannick Ngakoue and Leonard Fournette, you want to be put in a position to win.
Okay, but what causes the span of 3 years your whole team disappears?
Starts with one player being unhappy. That guy was Jalen Ramsey. Wasn't happy. Didn't want to be there. Issues with contract discussions. They realized the next year some things didn't work out. They did not finish because I remember the next year Jacksonville did not do as well as everyone expected. I think they went 7-9, some 6-10. They were not a very good football team the year after being literally 5 minutes away from playing in a Super Bowl. They were at a 10-point lead late in the fourth quarter. But then Tom Brady just kind of did his thing. But that's just kind of the cycle of how things go. Is you get really close, and the next season, if you underperformed, it's clear that changes have to be made, and that started with the quarterback position. Tried to go for Nick Foles, that didn't work. Traded him away, and now it's we're in this tough cap situation now. So we have to just kind of blow it up and try it again, and then. You look at some of these teams, or you look at the roster to assemble. It's just not a very good roster out of a few key players. So those key players want out. They're in a position where they want to win. They want to contend for Super Bowls, or at least put themselves in a better situation than they were in Jacksonville.
I still like Gardner Minshew.
I like Gardner Minshew, but he's just not a franchise guy. He can only succeed if everything is good around him, and I can promise you that's not the case in Jacksonville right now.
He did well when only the offense was half decent around him.
Yeah, but then he's kind of struggled late in the year, and that's why there's these questions of if Gardner's the guy. If he would have played the whole year like he would have in the first few starts, this wouldn't be a debate. It'd be, okay, we have our guy Gardner Minshew, but let's put some pieces around him. Not, well, let's put ourselves in the tank for Trevor situation.
But isn't there something to say about, farming? Like, players may not just be incredible out of the gate, but they do glow up a little bit.
I would personally agree, but the NFL is such a short window of success, and your time to win is now, and you got to figure stuff out now because obviously then contract situations come up. The time to win is now, and windows are so short in the NFL that you have to capitalize on the best way you can. Win Super Bowls on rookie contract deals.
See, but I think Jacksonville's like a team that can, win later.
No.
I'm just saying.
Not this year. This team is not
going to be the guy.
I do not think so. I don't think there's enough there for him to be the guy. I think everything has to be perfect around him, which doesn't make him a franchise guy. Now, if he shows somewhat of a promise, you can use him for either trade bait, or you can really just try and use good draft position and give him an offensive line, give him a couple more weapons, build up the defense, which they started to do last year, or in this past year's draft, getting C.J. Henderson and Caleb on Chase on, which I actually like those players. I really do. If they pan out, it'll be interesting because I think those guys are more projects than anything else. So it's going to be a real big if they actually play well and live up to their full potential. But I think with Jacksonville, it's just going to come down to if you do believe Gardner's your guy, which I don't think they're fully set on that unless he plays, better than expected this year. You're just going to have to get the quarterback right. And if you're going to get the quarterback right, put yourself in the position to get the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck in this upcoming draft.
I don't know. Gardner Minshew mania will live on.
I think Gardner Minshew can be good if you put the pieces around him. But if Jacksonville's in a position to where they want to speed up the process of winning, it might be best to get a guy like Trevor Lawrence, who I think is going to be a stud in the NFL, who already has better tangibles than Gardner Minshew has right now.
Hear me out. Patriots are going to tank for the first overall pick. Trade it to Jacksonville for their first this year, their first the following year, and Gardner Minshew. It's going to happen.
Well, if that's what you want to happen.
It's going to happen.
I think the Patriots are going to be an okay team.
I think they won't put they'll. I don't think they'll be in a position to get the first overall pick. Top 10? Yeah, I'd say so.
I really think they're going to be top 5.
I do not at all think
I can
they're
see
top
it.
5.
I really think they're going to be top 5.
I think this is, at worst, a 5-win football team, at best, a 7-win football team. That's really how I view New England. And that's because I think Cam Newton will play well enough to win him a few games. And they still have a good amount, I know a lot of players opted out, but they still have a few key defensive pieces that are still playing.
See, and their defense has shown to be pretty solid in the camp and stuff.
Yeah.
But I really think year after year it gets proven that you don't need a defense anyways. As the times are changing, you don't need a defense.
Just got to score more than the other team.
You just have to score more than the other team.
A la Kansas City.
Yeah.
Now, if you have an elite offense and a really good defense, that certainly helps the cause, but...
You're still going to lose to a bottom 15 defense with a number 1 offense in Kansas City. Doesn't matter, because they're too fast.
Yeah, no one can stop them. Because obviously you look at teams like Baltimore that are building up an insanely good defense as Gargano's going to break it up. Obviously you have an insanely good team in Kansas City, which is great offensive. Baltimore. I was talking about Baltimore. Sorry, I'm distracted by this fatal 4-way Iron Man match. Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano both have 1 pin.
That's how they're going to do it. All of them are going to have 1 and they're going to go into overtime.
Wow, it's almost like that. You can see that from a mile away.
Great fucking storytelling NXT.
Great story time, but you already know they're gonna master it. They're gonna master the NXT just doing their thing. They have the superior WWE brand. But like Baltimore, they have a really good defense that they're building up right now. But obviously their main focal point is the offense because they have the reigning MVP. They have an elite offense, really good offensive line. I like the weapons that they have, and that's how they're going to win the Super Bowl. Now, like I said, we're going to put ourselves in a position to get a good defense so we don't have to put all the pressure on Lamar, who has yet to prove, now again, early in his career. this next year will be his third year in the league. So far, has proven that he kind of needs to be put in a good position to win. Now, again, I think Lamar will do fine through his career, because let us not forget Peyton Manning was 0-2 in his first 2 playoff games. I don't know about you guys, but I think his career ended up pretty good, right?
No.
Maybe top 10 player of all time.
It's not like he's a top 5 quarterback all time. I don't know what you guys think of Peyton Manning, but I think he's pretty darn good. He ended up... Is he inducted in the Hall of Fame yet, or was he not eligible yet?
He's eligible this year.
Year, and he'll be a first ballot. It'll probably be unanimous. Not probably, it should be unanimous.
No. He's not making it in.
Yeah, this year's Manning, Woodson, Kelvin Johnson, Jared Allen, Wes Walker.
Damn.
I don't think Welker belongs in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think
not first ballot. Oh, Adam Cole is a pin. Oh, poor Tommaso.
They're really doing Tommaso.
They're really doing Tommaso Ciampa dirty.
Tommaso, not the Ciampa.
Oh!
Big's also available this year.
Ugh.
We had that discussion. Go to archives.
Go to the archives. We've had that discussion.
But some of the other things going on in the NFL. There are a couple signings and extensions and stuff going on.
There's still some drama late in this.
There is.
By the way, can we just acknowledge we are now 9 days... At the time of this recording, we're 9 days away from football. We made it. We're in single digits.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, we'll be what, 5? 5
Roughly.
days away?
Whatever Thursday is.
It'll be less than a week.
7 days.
Oh,
It'll
if
be
it comes
7.
out on Thursday, it'll be exactly a week away.
Yep.
Woo!
Week away from football. Who do we got winning that first game? You know who I got?
Kansas City.
I got Kansas City by like 25.
No, I think it'll be close. I think it'll actually be a weirdly close game because this will be the first in-game action both these teams have seen. So I think it'll be a close game. Houston's not a bad team. Well, I should say this. They have a really good quarterback.
Houston's going to sign Fournette.
They
that wouldn't be
could.
bad.
Oh, God. Bill O'Brien would get ripped to shreds. He would get ripped to shreds because then they'd be like, why would you trade DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson just to go end up signing Leonard Fournette? When you could have just kept DeAndre Hopkins and, not traded DeAndre Hopkins.
He didn't know Fournette was going to be an option.
No, I know.
David Johnson is...
Right, right. And I get that. But you also could have, not traded DeAndre Hopkins.
No, yeah. Well...
Tommaso Ciampa's going to get a pin. Let's go.
Literally, if DeAndre Hopkins was never on the Texans, though, and you looked at their receiving core, you'd be like, damn, that's a pretty good receiving core.
Yeah. Again, very one-dimensional receiving core, but it's not a bad receiving core. It's a solid receiving core.
I don't know. I think Randall Cobb puts some spice and variety.
I don't. To me, he's a 2-3 catches a game kind of guy.
Yeah.
If he even gets that much.
That's all he needs when the rest of the wide receivers, except for Kenny Stills, are just going to be running past everybody.
I don't know. For me,
they're trying to mock the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have
they're the Walmart
Travis
brand.
Kelce, but then everybody else is just who ran a sub 4-3.
They're the Walmart brand Kansas City. Houston,
they have a better defense.
Yeah, no, Houston is just like Kansas City, except don't have as good of a quarterback, don't have as good of a receiving team, don't have as good of an offensive line, don't have as good of a tight end, and don't have as... Well, I'm trying to think defensively. J.J. Watt can't stay healthy. Who else is good on that defense?
But Andrick McKinney.
Okay. Kansas City at least has Tyrann Mathieu, Chris Jones...
Bradley Roby. That's the second player I thought of for the Texans.
Wow. So it's not even the best player. That's just the...
Don't they have Frank Clark still?
Oh, yeah, Frank Clark. Kansas City's defense is better. Which is saying something. I would think so.
Doesn't matter anyways. Defensive side of the ball doesn't matter.
This is true.
So Joe Mixon signed a 4-year extension with the Bengals.
Yeah, so that takes one running back off the board for our running back stack class. Which, I mean, good move by Cincinnati. If you want to give Joe Burrow every chance to succeed, give him weapons like Joe Mixon, who's a really good receiving back. It's just, I mean, nothing really to it. He's one of your key player. One of your key players. You're not really paying for anybody right now. You're not paying for anybody right now. Why not just go keep Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
I think it's a good move. I'm very anti-paying running backs. I really am. But in this situation, it's like, whatever. I mean, they're going to be bad anyway.
It makes sense in this situation.
I think, yeah, it does. I mean,
keep him with...
because what's the contract worth again? 4 years?
Isn't it 45
million? 4-year, 48.
Oh, so it's like...
It's not horrible.
It's a little over 10 a year.
12
a year,
12 million a year. Okay, because how much is like Derrick Henry making?
15? 16?
Yeah, that's about right what I would pay for Joe Mixon. They didn't overpay for him. You're going to get a good weapon for Joe Burrow to make things a lot easier for him, or at least as easy as possibly can for his rookie year, because, it's not looking good for Joe Burrow with that team.
No. Well, but I like that they're at least they're good. They're trying to keep all of the guys that he starts with.
Yes, exactly.
So he has
and like I said,
have to rotate every.
Yeah, and you're not paying for anybody right now, so just pay the guy. Why not pay the guy? Because that's not. Well, I think the reason they drafted
T.
Higgins is because they're getting rid of AJ
Probably.
Green. They're kind of moving on, which honestly. Guy can't stay healthy anyway. Really, really talented. But at this stage, if you're rebuilding, you just kind of got to move on from those players.
AJ Green's going to go to New England on the veterans minimum next year.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Match up with potentially Trevor Lawrence. That would be disgusting.
For a couple weeks until AJ Green gets hurt. I mean,
this is true.
It's fine.
It'd be the best 2 weeks of my life.
Logan Ryan signed a 1-year deal with the Giants.
Logan Ryan, what are you up
I
to,
think he just got worried that he wasn't going to get signed or something. He was like, oh shit, we're like a little over a week away from football and I still don't have a team. I better sign with somebody. And he probably just looked at the first, that's good enough for me.
Right, Giants are offering me a contract. Yeah, I have no clue what his whole approach to this whole offseason was. I really don't understand it.
Well, at least if he goes to the Giants, right? He's going to kind of, for like the first time in forever, be the star of that defense.
He's going to have to be the star of that defense.
Because he likes Joe Judge, that's why.
Ooh,
That's
okay,
true.
off the radar a little bit. Joe Judge, I'm kind of vibing with more and more as a coach.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Belichick has spoken very highly of him. Very highly of him.
The greatest coach of all time speaks highly of another coach.
Right, exactly. Like, that's saying something. Very high on Joe Judge. A lot of players are starting to figure out his system, and a lot of players are loving Joe Judge.
Yeah.
So it actually, that actually makes a lot more sense now.
So
Giants could be something.
They have a chance to make a splash in the next couple of years, especially with...
Right. Oh, I think the biggest thing that they need to do is if they really are going to ride with
Danny Dimes.
How did we both say that at the same time?
How did I forget Danny Dimes' name? Daniel Jones.
I was wondering if you're thinking of him or if you're thinking of Saquon. I was like...
Well, yeah, both of them. Both of them. Yeah, Daniel Jones and Saquon. That's going to be the focal point of your offense. Because I like Danny Dimes. I thought he played better than I thought he would have. It just doesn't help when you're fumbling the ball because you're getting sacked 100 times.
Right. I think if he has an O-line that
right. Well, and they did
decent.
Right. Exactly. Well, he's athletic enough to where he can move around the pocket. It's just can't even move around the pocket because his pocket's collapsing in front of him.
Right.
But I do like the Andrew Thomas draft. I getting with the 4th overall pick. I think that was a really smart pickup. I think he realistically is one of the most pro-ready players, I think, in this year's NFL draft class. So I think having him in there is going to really help Daniel Jones at least get a little bit of protection. And if Nate Solder can at least play better than what he did last year, I don't know.
But I also like that Jason Garrett and Freddie Kitchens are both...
Okay, and I actually do too.
That.
People will shit on Jason Garrett, but this is a former coach of the year.
Right. Especially having him as like, not even the coach.
Exactly. Put him as a coordinator. Same thing with Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens is a good coordinator. He's just not everyone's head coaching material. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to not be a head coach. You can be a damn good coordinator.
I think that coaching staff is gonna get overlooked for a while, but it's gonna come back and bite some people.
Yeah. I think it's it has potential to be one of the best coaching staffs in the NFL.
Well, do you guys remember the article that came out about how they tape tennis balls to the lineman's hands?
That's so smart.
I saw that.
I'm baffled by that because it's part of me wonders if there's an equipment rule that wouldn't let you do that in the game. You can't get caught with holding if there's a tennis ball there.
This is true. Yeah, and coaching's everything in the NFL, and that's an important thing, especially if Joe Judge ends up being a better coach than we all expect him to be, which I'm kind of getting on the the Joe Judge hype train a little bit, so should be fun. I feel like he's gonna be like a Sean McVay. He's gonna be like, who is this dude?
Yeah,
and then
people are gonna be surprised a little bit. Then they're going to think of you as a genius, and
right,
you're not
and then
be able to do nothing.
and then you become the Messiah. And
once people think you're a genius, your team's going to fall flat.
Yeah,
which could happen to Kyle Shanahan in a hot minute here.
Oh,
not fall apart. Like again, Sean McVay's team didn't fall apart. They just had some unfortunate things happen.
I don't think that's going to happen to Kyle Shanahan.
I don't even think it's going to happen to Sean McVay. I think once they get draft picks, they'll figure their shit out. They just need draft picks and money.
Do you think that most of your trades for the Rams have been Sean McVay moves or front head office moves?
I would say more or less Snead moves, but they are moves I think that we felt like needed to happen to put ourselves in contention. And again, it almost worked. We were a few plays away from winning the Super Bowl, and then I wouldn't even care about all these moves that we made. You know, except that's the thing with Jalen Ramsey, because at the time we traded for Jalen Ramsey, we were 3-1, thought we were in contention to win a Super Bowl again, which I thought we were at that given point, so it made sense to go get him.
Right.
It just sometimes things didn't work out that way, and, you know, obviously I never would have predicted Todd Gurley would have arthritis in his knees.
I mean, who can predict that?
No, I would have never. I knew he had knee issues, and, you know, throughout his career, I didn't think it would have ever gotten this bad. And I think that's kind of the big thing for our... Well, first off, that's just how our offense is. Don't get it twisted. The Rams are a run-first football team. Sean McVay loves to use the run game to set up the passing game. He needs a premier back, which, honestly, if we can get him for vets minimum, I wouldn't mind having Leonard Fournette on my football team.
I don't think you can get Leonard Fournette for a veteran,
no. No, probably not. If he gets desperate enough, maybe, but...
I think he's going to want at least 14.
Which I think was crap. I don't know if I would pay him. I
think he was going to look after a short deal.
Yeah, for a year maybe, but if he's looking for anything more than a year for $14 million, sign me out. I would not pay him. I don't even know if I'd pay him more than Joe Mixon, because I think Joe Mixon is a more valuable running back than Leonard Fournette, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying I think Leonard Fournette thinks he's a more valuable running
back. Which you're probably 1,000% right on that. Now, here's the thing with Leonard Fournette. I think he's extremely slept on way too much. You look at what the guy does for the lack of talent that he has around him. It's pretty damn impressive. And he's still been healthy throughout his career.
Yes, sir. Another signing was... blanking on Andy Reid. Andy Reid signed a 6-year extension with your friends, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, awesome.
The Chiefs seem to have signed everybody this offseason.
Andy Reid, the coach?
Yeah.
He has 6 more years in him?
Yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah.
He's just coaching.
No, but still,
especially, with team like Mahomes.
I was going to say...
Madden has him retiring.
He's not. There's no way he's going to retire. I think he's got a couple years left in him at least. And if you're riding with such a great team, why stop now?
Exactly. Keep it going. Kansas City has a chance to be the next dynasty. Patrick Mahomes is on pace to be the GOAT. Might as well have Andy Reid be the focal point, win a couple more Super Bowls, help his legacy. Here's a fun little debate where you guys rank Andy Reid in your all-time head coaches.
He's up there. I think he's
top
definitely...
5.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
because he got the Super Bowl, now top 5.
Yeah.
Because Andy Reid was always that really good coach that could ever win a Super Bowl.
Now he has that.
Right. I've always hated Andy Reid for how good of a coach he's been.
See, I've always liked Andy Reid until he basically got lucky with Patrick Mahomes. I don't know how else to explain it.
He didn't get lucky.
If you could go back to that draft and be like, this kid that went in the second round,
No, he was a first rounder.
was he late first round?
He was top 10.
17.
No, he was top 10. Kansas City traded up to get him. I remember that because I remember when they took him, I was like, why aren't you?
I could have swore he was a second rounder.
No, he's definitely not a second
Who was
rounder.
the second rounder that year?
I don't know.
There was somebody good.
Well,
that
no,
went in
the only
second
reason I
round
know
and
that
blew
is
up.
because Kansas City traded up, and I was like, why didn't you take Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, you're right. He was pick number 10.
Because Houston was like 2 picks later, and I was just like, Kansas City, why are you drafting the best quarterback in the class in Deshaun Watson?
Oh, just kidding.
Little did I know, Patrick Mahomes would be the most talented quarterback in the NFL in just 2-3 years.
Yeah,
God, he's so good.
sadly.
God, I was gonna say something, but it might be inappropriate for the pod. I was gonna make a funny joke, but
Go right
I'd
ahead.
be like, my nipples get hard thinking about Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, hey, if that's Patrick
Whatever.
Mahomes, Sergio Allen like that.
Like, I'm
whatever.
gonna be honest, I just love talent. That's all. I love
You can
Deshaun.
tell.
I love Deshaun Watson. I love Lamar Jackson. I love Patrick Mahomes. I really like Drew Lock. I just love talent. It makes the game more fun.
I like that.
And I like fun. Just like how Finn Balor is going to come up clutch and win this NXT championship.
He's gonna get knocked down.
No. Finn Balor go.
I told you.
Get out of here, Johnny Wrestling.
Fucking know what
This
I'm
isn't
talking
your
about.
pay per view.
He's gonna roll out of the way. Just kidding.
Hit him with it.
Oh wow! I'm so
God.
good. So
Oh.
good. So good at predicting.
No one's gonna get a hit. Oh.
All
All right. Where's Pat McAfee?
right. Taylor Decker signed a 4-year extension, $85 million with the Lions.
Eric Decker.
Taylor Decker. He's their left tackle.
Oh, I was gonna be like, who's Taylor Decker?
Not horrible. I think if you're gonna sign people to money, might as well sign
The offensive
a
line.
player that you trust.
I'm all for paying the offensive line. All
He's
for it.
never done anything bad. He might not be like the top guy, but he's a solid guy to keep on the team.
Because Glasgow's now in Denver, right?
Denver, yep. He's their. I
So I
guess
was
he
gonna
would
say,
be
so
their new top
I was
guy.
gonna say, so he's probably the most reliable lineman that the Lions have. And
Yeah.
shoot, if you want to use up Matt Stafford for his last year in Detroit, or at least I hope it's his last year in Detroit. God, I want him to go to a different team.
Either
so bad.
Detroit has to do something this year,
Which they're not.
or Matt Stafford's out. I think.
I think he's gonna be out regardless. I think Detroit really is gonna be.
If they made it to the playoffs, do you see Stafford leaving? I don't.
I do, because in the end he'll lose in the first round. Then it's like, where do we? I don't know. It just depends, I guess. It really does. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess.
I don't know. I would love to see him in Indianapolis or Dallas. I would love it with everything that I have.
Indy does sound amazing.
I mean, he would have an elite offensive line, an up and coming defense.
That team would be scary.
That team would not only win the division, but that team could contend in the AFC. Well, they'd be the third best team in the AFC in theory.
Yeah, Chiefs,
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Yeah.
They would definitely win their division. Easy. But if they went to Dallas... whew.
Yeah.
If Matt Stafford went to Dallas...
That's
Dallas...
what I was thinking
Huh?
of. Sean Kaiser.
Oh.
Ew.
Why were you thinking of him?
Because I was trying to think of who the big name quarterback that got drafted in the second round
Oh,
that year. It
That's
was Deshaun Kaiser.
that's disgusting.
what a bust, huh?
Yeah, you really call him a bust for being a second rounder?
You can when he's not in the league anymore, right?
I mean, I guess.
I thought he still
But I don't think
played
anybody...
for the Packers.
Right, but did anybody really expect Deshaun Kaiser to be out of this world? Last year's freak didn't.
Nope, he's a free agent.
Oh, never mind.
Ugh.
I don't know. The Packers must have. They thought he was the next Aaron Rodgers.
They traded like...
Well, no, but Deshaun Kaiser's drafted by Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But Packers traded for Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah, okay. Still next Aaron Rodgers. Never mind. Moving on to a different sport. NFL, just a week away. Can't wait. Kansas City by 1,000. My prediction. Noah thinks it's going to be a couple points. What about you, Brendan?
Texans are going to sign Fournette, and there's going to be like, God, why is Bill O'Brien here? And they're going to somehow edge out a victory.
Oh, okay. Chiefs starting out 0-1. I'm not mad at that. Moving on to the next sport here. So
basketball.
But
yeah, basketball.
yet I have the Chiefs losing the first game. They're going to go 15-1.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I don't know about 15, but that wasn't
So
fun.
WNBA, it's going on. It's fun. Sabrina Inoku, she's getting a little closer to coming back. Hopefully, she's able to come back before the season ends. It's looking that way now. She makes basketball more fun to watch. So hopefully, she's able to play. Talent.
Okay, random question. So, like in the Thunderdome, let's say you don't abide by the WWE's commands of cheering.
They can sue you.
Oh my
legally.
god! Wait,
You agree to it. You agree to following the rules, or they can take legal action against you.
like dead ass.
Dead ass. It's in the whole thing that you gotta read.
Okay,
But
not worth it.
I mean, but people are doing stuff. Fire Velveteen Dream. KKK members.
I did. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if they're not going to do anything to those people, I don't think they're going to care if I cheer for Roman Reigns. I'm supposed to boo him.
I don't think they'll do anything like that.
No.
But they can magically just put you in the way back.
Right? They could be dicks if they really wanted to.
Yeah, but
So, we were talking about players that are fun to watch in the
Yeah.
WNBA. My favorite WNBA player, Courtney Vandersloot, set a WNBA record in their win against the Chicago Sky's win against a team I forgot. Oh, I have it up here right, actually.
Fever.
It was over the Fever, yes. With 18 assists.
I just find WWE names so funny.
It was the Sky versus the Fever.
The Sky Fever. Fever Sky.
Is this just the coronavirus game?
Probably.
Fever in the Sky?
The Indiana COVIDs.
But Seattle and Vegas have already clinched playoff spots for the WNBA.
Whack.
You know, there's only 3 weeks left of baseball.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
60 games. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that was my
coming.
reaction. I saw like the playoffs and like 3 weeks left, and I was like, the fuck?
Yeah. I think the Padres are gonna push and make it.
Oh, I think they're dark horses. They really are.
I do like the Padres. Moving on to the NBA, though. There's some fun series going on right now. Milwaukee versus Miami. It's going to be a good one. I don't know what's going to happen. I think Miami's going to take the dub, but it's just a fun matchup to watch.
Miami's got a good chance. They're probably the worst mismatch for the Milwaukee Bucks. They can guard the perimeter, they can shoot the threes, and they have bodies to put on Giannis.
Yeah, exactly.
Heat for MVP. Or Heat for finals.
Celtics, Raptors. That's a fun one. It's been close so far, but
Celtics are up 2-0. And again,
yeah.
same thing I said about the Celtics. They have scores all over the board. They can play moderately good defense, and you catch the Raptors on a bad shooting night like they have over the last 2 days. Like I said, Boston's a dark horse. Everything I've been saying about the Eastern Conference has happened so far.
That's fair.
Now, I still think Milwaukee. Actually, I do think Boston's going to win the series, so I'm not surprised there. But I do think Milwaukee will still win the series. But both series, I think, could still go the distance.
What else is there?
Finn, get up. Get up, Finn. There we go. Break that pinfall.
We have a couple of Game 7s, but I want to save that. Who are the Lakers playing?
They are awaiting the winner of Rockets OKC.
Okay.
And same thing with the Clippers. They're awaiting, Nuggets are up 14.5. That's a rip.
Yeah, that is.
You know what I realized? So that now means Denver is going to be only the second team to come back from a 3-1 deficit in the playoffs.
Damn.
Behind only the 2016 Cavs.
Huh. Well, that's something.
Fun fact.
But what we're talking about the Game 7. So right now is the Donovan Mitchell Jazz.
Poor Spider.
Facing off against the Denver Nuggets. But the Jazz have been down almost every game at the half. And they always find a way to get right there towards the end.
Yeah, but they haven't been able to finish the job over the last, now it could be 3 games. That's just going to be the
fair,
issue.
that's fair.
Outside of Donovan, they have no one else that can give them support and finish the job.
They got 3 minutes here on TV. But yeah, that's a fun one. And then A game I'm excited to watch is James Harden versus Westbrook, and James Harden and Westbrook versus Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul.
OKC's taking it. I think OKC's winning that series.
I do as well.
I do. Russell Westbrook is struggling. James Harden didn't shoot very well last game, and Chris Paul plays really good in big games.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this is a really good OKC team that matches up well with Houston. So.
Yeah, who would have expected that too? At the beginning of the season.
Oh! Yes! Pin him! Pin his ass! Pin his ass! Let's go! 1, 2, let's go!
Alright.
Let's go!
Finn Balor's gonna win.
By the way,
Let's go!
The name of Noah's sex tape.
Let's go! Get that! No! Stay there, Finn! Line, bro!
There's not enough time.
No! Controversy. There's controversy. Finn's NXT champion. Oh, they gave it to him. No! No!
The past 10 seconds here are actually all audio clips from that sex tape.
Oh!
So what are they gonna do?
Okay,
Something that.
So, yeah, make it a one-on-one, please.
Next week, Super
Adam,
Tuesday.
how can you be the champion when you and Finn have the same amount of pins, you dumb bitch?
I don't think that counted.
Oh, there.
Shouldn't have.
Oh, let's go!
I don't know. What about a predictive finish, though? I mean, who said that? It was either going to be Cole or Balor, and who said it's probably going to go to overtime?
It's almost like you and I called this right before the match started, but except no. Oh, it's gonna go overtime. Pat McAfee's gonna interfere.
I'd like that.
Oh my God, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna love it. Please make it happen. Please make it happen.
I think it should main event in a 60-minute Broadway next Tuesday night.
I think it should.
Ooh.
Oh, William Regal. What are you? Come on, William. You know what to do. No, you're not. No, you're Adam. You can't win the title. It's either he does or no one wins it. You dumb bitch. Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh.
You two will face each other one-on-one in this ring, and it will be one fall to the finish. Yes. And then the winner will be the new NXT champion.
All right. Let's go.
Way to get those views on Super Tuesday 2.0.
Yeah, no kidding. You already know Finn Balor taking it.
Such a good match.
Oh, it's gonna be a great match. Finn Balor taking it. Finn Balor.
Damn, it's gonna be good.
That was a cute little poor Tommaso and Gargano. Poor
but yeah, it's gonna be fun. Moving on to the NHL, there's actually a game in overtime right
which
now.
I'm actually gonna turn on right now because that game is in overtime.
It will depend on who moves on. Because it.
What channel is that game on?
NBCSN.
Figures.
Or NBC, yeah. But, if the Islanders win, the Islanders move on. So, we'll see. Islanders did make a 2-0 run in the third.
John, your Flyers aren't looking too hot.
I saw they're down 3 games to 1.
Yeah, they're in overtime. If New York wins, they're moving on. Oh, they're going to win it right here. Oh, what a save by Hart.
Dallas leads 3-2 at the moment.
Yeah,
Vegas
Colorado
3-1.
shellacked them yesterday. Holy cow.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, my Colorado prediction's not looking too hot now, isn't it?
No, I mean, it could still happen.
It could, but it's not very light. Well, I don't know. If Colorado plays like they did yesterday, they have a really good shot, too. Tampa's moving on, though.
Yeah, Bruins
They're probably going to...
destroyed.
They're probably the favorites to make the Stanley Cup. The only thing I worry about is they played a shit ton of overtime games.
Yeah, that's true.
And they might be gassed by the time they play a really good Islanders or a really good Flyers. Well, actually, the Flyers have to force a Game 7. I think it's just going to... Then it can be evenly matched. If New York closes it out, I would like to give New York the edge just because of the minutes played by Tampa. Because they played a shit ton. Well, they played 2 games in one night.
Yeah. They had the 5-4 4, 5 overtime.
Yeah, they played like 8 overtime periods in this playoffs. It's insane. Actually, I think they played more than that. It's literally insane. So I think that's the biggest thing about Tampa. And now they had some injuries yesterday to where that could really affect them, and it could just get worse with the more minutes that are piled on. So I think that puts Tampa at a major disadvantage. And then all of a sudden, the Islanders could make it to the Stanley Cup final.
That would be fun.
Brendan, can you turn the air on? It's a little warm in here. Just turn on light. It's like not all the way. First to the right.
But Vegas is
There
up
we
3-1 as well.
Yeah, they're gonna probably close it out tonight. They're probably the favorites to win the Stanley Cup right now.
So, yeah.
I feel like they're kind of owed a Stanley Cup.
Probably with how good they've, yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
They probably deserved it the year the Caps beat them, but
Nope, it was. I will always stand. Ovi's that was Ovi's year. That had to be Ovi's year.
I think that they should have been flip-flopped. Like, Ovi's year could have just as easily been, the last year instead.
Nope, this was it because
then the Blues
Washington
wouldn't have won.
Right, but then
and
Washington
we would have all just been better off.
Yeah, but Washington just kept struggling to even get to the finals later. So I knew once they made the finals that year, like it was such a bummer because I was rooting for Vegas the whole way. But as a true hockey fan, I was like, sorry, Golden Knights, but this is Ovi's year. Like I am sorry, but it would be such a great story. But I would be damned if Ovi doesn't win that Stanley Cup this year.
I mean, to be fair, Golden Knights are probably easily the best expansion team in
any
sports
ever.
history.
Yep, agreed.
But
They can't even be debated. 3 playoff appearances. They're the favorites to win the Stanley Cup. This is their sacrifice. They sacrificed the great story for Ovi. Now they get to win it this year.
I almost feel like if the Golden Knights keep this up, we might be on risk of a potential dynasty. Because, I mean, we watched the Blackhawks dynasty crumble. We've watched the Penguins dynasty crumble.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like now, that final hurdle is Vegas.
Although also, the Lightning kind of have a little bit of a dynasty thing going on.
Yeah, but they just struggled to even get to the finals too. I mean, they obviously lost to a dynasty in Chicago, but they've struggled to get back to the finals since. And that was 2015 when the Blackhawks won their last title.
Yep.
Because that was the last time the Blackhawks won the title.
Yep.
Yeah, because the Golden Knights could be the team of the 2020s. Because every decade there's like that team of the decade. This year it's the Blackhawks. Next year it could be the Knights.
Yep. Blackhawks will change that though.
Well, I was gonna say until my Seattle Kraken come in hot.
Okay, I feel like the Kraken are going to. We're gonna see just the graph shoot way up on like their fans, and then immediately get dropped off. So I feel like nothing will compare to the Golden Knights start.
Oh gosh, no, absolutely not. I mean, they did crush the opening day sales.
Yeah,
I like that.
But that's just because it's a great design.
Yeah.
And Seattle, I mean, honestly, whenever they have a sports team, they have great.
Well, that's the thing. I actually don't. I think Seattle will be just fine hockey because Seattle is such a loyal fan base to all their sports to where it's like I don't really worry about it. But I mean, I think in the back of everyone's mind, we all know the reason they got a hockey team to play in this new arena. We all know the reason.
Yeah. Well, and it's all just a huge ploy to try to get the superstars.
That's what I'm saying. This is all a ploy. Like, hey, let's get a new hockey team. Let's sell the arena out. We have this new arena. NBA, please bring back the Sonics.
Yeah.
Please, we miss them so much. Like, we miss them so much. Please help us. Because Seattle does deserve that basketball team back there. They deserve it. Whether it's a relocation, hell, again, relocate the Timberwolves for all I care, but a basketball team deserves to be in Seattle.
Relocate the Timberwolves.
I would root for them more because then I get Sonics up. Because you guys know how hard it is to find a new era Sonics hat? You can't find them. It's all Mitchell and Ness because it's all hardwood classic stuff.
Yep.
Because I only get new era hats. That's my brand.
Because the Mitchell and Ness look weird on me.
They do.
From Noah.
They do. They look big on my tiny head.
See, this was a long, ongoing not argument, but disagreement nonetheless that Noah and I had. Because
3 games.
Okay, just so you guys know, Patrick Mahomes is the only person having a good year.
Oh, he proposed!
Now Patrick Mahomes
Damn.
has got 2 rings today.
Damn.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Did
Good
he
for Patrick.
propose with his Super Bowl ring?
God, that would have been such a baller move. I really wish he did. He probably didn't. That almost makes me as happy as Trevor Lawrence getting engaged. Almost. Not quite.
Damn.
That's a big
The
guy.
top, the basic. Yo, what if Trevor Lawrence and Patrick Mahomes become like the Manning Brady rivalry? Football is saved for another 20 years.
Like, you cannot see the gesture I'm giving
But
off.
no one's
ladies.
gonna be doing.
I will. Let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, I will be a very happy person.
See, but which body pillow are you going to buy first? Trevor Lawrence
Oh,
or Patrick
that's a
Mahomes?
great question.
Trevor Lawrence. I'm all in on Trevor Lawrence.
You just like his hair.
But I love both of them. I love Patrick. I love both of them.
Stay
Fair
tuned.
point.
Stay tuned for
I'm
Body
rich.
Pillow Watch next week on the SighSquadPod.
This will be a weekly occurrence. We'll fit. Oh, it's gonna be a. Oh, I love Patrick. I love Trevor. I love them both. I think they're both super talented. I think they're both the future of this league.
I feel like Noah's gonna see what he can do to get a double-sided pillowcase for a body pillow. One side's gonna be Patrick Mahomes, the other side's gonna be Trevor Lawrence. But then he's going to get like a full like life-size doll of Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. You haven't talked about Carson today.
I have not talked about Carson yet, but I will just say this, ladies and gentlemen. Carson Wentz is already having issues with his team getting hurt. Jalen Reagor's out for 4 weeks, but we all know that Carson Wentz is probably still going to go off because, again, he's going to have no one to throw to because Marquise Goodwin's now opted out and Jalen Reagor's out for 4 weeks.
Well,
What was that
so
guy?
is Zach Ertz.
What was the guy on the Chargers that got hurt? Derwin James.
Derwin James.
Out for the season.
God, that's
Poor
such
Chargers.
a bummer.
Oh, he's
God,
out
that
for the season. I
sucks.
thought it looked like he could make it back.
No, they said he's most likely out for the year, which is such a bummer. Because I think it's. I really hope it doesn't deprive of what's could be a really good talent, Derwin James.
Honestly, like,
I don't want him to be the.
if Derwin James can finally bounce back from these injury problems, like,
Oh, yeah,
imagine how good the Chargers will be.
Yeah.
Like, if things
Oh,
fall
I
into
don't want to
place.
imagine that.
I know. See, and I'm feeling a little less confident about the Chargers this season now just because of that injury. So it's going to
Yeah.
be very interesting. Because I really don't think they're going to ride with Herbert at all. I think they're going to really stick with Tyrod Taylor. If they play Herbert, it's not going to be till the end of the year unless Herbert is just undeniably great in preseason like Russell
Right.
Wilson was.
There's no preseason.
There's no preseason.
Football's 9 days away.
Football's a week away. What are you
Regular
doing?
season football.
Oh!
Wow.
I mean, the Rams.
I am missing this. Not having a preseason game. It's fucking with me. Let me tell you.
To be honest, I didn't even really notice it.
I did. That's the big issue because normally right now in Madden, we're getting Team of the Week players for preseason. That's the only time you're going to get these, like, third or fourth string players
Kind of wish there would
with
have been
good
a
cards.
I kind of wish there would have been a preseason because the Rams had 3 home games in the preseason.
Like the Chargers did you?
They did. They played the Chargers. Yep, they played the Chargers. So they had 3 home games basically, and all in a row too. And then the only road game would have been Vegas.
Damn, that would have been nice.
I know, barely have to travel.
New stadium every single game.
That's
Chargers
right.
are going to move to
Yeah.
London.
Chargers?
No, if an NFL team ever moved to
It's the
London, that is
Jags.
the day I give up on America. Not any politician being elected president, not any whatever. But the day that the NFL goes to London, that is the day I give up on America.
I feel
I
like
feel like-
eventually
I feel
there's
like
going to be an NFL European League.
And I'd rather have that than an actual NFL team in London.
I really still, like,
I would like to see the Super Bowl champs face off against the
The European
European
champs.
champs, though.
Yeah, it'd be a cute little, hey, look at this.
hey, look,
Exactly.
it could be America finally beating Europe at something again.
What are you talking about? We beat Europe once and we'll do it again.
But, yeah.
We did it once.
So we might as well go over to our friends with our...
We were low-key talking about hockey, and then it just
Yeah.
shifted to football so quick.
Well,
It shifted to hockey to basketball to football.
it's happening. The game's still going on. We might as well, while we're on football, Franchise mode this week is the Buffalo Bills. And I have them. And I don't think the Bills necessarily need anything major. I think if they did, it's too late in the season anyways.
Yeah, we're kind of at the point where it's like,
but I will say I think the Bills are going to go 10-6.
Yeah.
Win their division. I think they're going to make it to the second round of playoffs. They're going to lose, and it's just going to be the Bills story, kind of how it goes.
Imagine
Josh Allen isn't looking too hot during this training camp.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You know who is? You know who's catching all the bad passes?
Who?
Stephon Diggs.
No, he's not. Really? Shit. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign for my predictions of shitting on Allen. So Allen will literally get bailed out by Stephon Diggs.
He probably will. But Diggs has only practiced a couple days.
Well,
Diggs is kind of taking it slow.
I will say, though, if Stephon Diggs has an insane year with Josh Allen, like, if he wasn't already a top 10 receiver in the game, it's confirmed.
Don't worry, he'll still be below average to me.
I don't understand.
Stephon Diggs could put up 3,000 receiving yards. Below average receiver.
I don't understand how that is an actual plausible thing. That's almost inhumane.
So, we might as well spin the wheel. Who is it? Ben next week, right?
It's not me.
Make it be me since I'm here.
Okay.
Come on, baby! Come on! Rams or Bears!
Man. But see, if you don't get it and Ben does, you know that you messed up the system.
Alright.
Bears, Rams. Bears, Rams. Bears or Rams.
If Noah
Yes!
stole-
Yes! Stop! Let's go! Let's go!
Damn it! Alright, so next week Ben is doing the Rams. Ben is doing the Rams next week.
No, I am doing the Rams next week. Let's go!
So, Noah got the Rams.
Yeah! Oh, this will be the best franchise mode yet, ladies and gentlemen, because I will go all in.
5 teams left.
Oof. And I will get the Bears next time. It will happen.
And next week we will spin everybody because it is our final week before the season.
Woo!
So we might as well do
Football!
everything. Yeah. So remaining now are the Colts, the Raiders, the Bears, the Steelers, and the Chargers.
Man.
All mid-level teams, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, but yeah, excited to see what happens
Who does
there.
2? Oh, Ben does 2. Right? I'm not crazy.
Ben or I.
Oh, because we messed up the order.
I don't know. Well, we'll be okay. We won't die.
Because if Ben would have spun tonight, you would have done 2.
Right, but I will gladly only do one if it means I get the Rams.
But you'll do one more, so you still have a chance at the Bears.
Yes!
But yeah,
Part
that
of me
is it
almost
for.
just wants to give Noah the Bears at this point.
I don't know.
No, I like the
No,
suspense.
I don't want to do that. I like Mitch Trubisky too much.
This game is like dead even.
Yes.
Like dead even.
32 shots to 31, tied at 3.
Well, that's all for this week. We'll see you next week.
Bye. I'm Noah.
I don't have a club open this week.
Let's take a break now.